Okay, so today we are talking about again the best way to learn human design and gene keys. And today we're going to be talking about how there are no limitations, okay? There are only differences. Now, this video is a part of my new video series, Power Pieces, where I'm basically giving you all of the things that I think are important when you are learning human design and gene keys. And there is a workbook that accompanies this video. So if you're interested in having that, go ahead and click the link in my description box to get the workbook that is associated with this video. Hello, if you are new here, my name is Ebony. I'm a human design reader expert and coach. So, there are no limitations. There are only differences. Anyone can be anything, can do anything, can have anything. It's just going to look different from the person next to you, right? No one's journey is going to look the same. Me, as a 3-5 manifesting generator, the way that I approach achieving my goals is not going to look the same as, say, a 2-4 reflector, right? It doesn't mean that we both can't want the same thing, right? We can both have the same goal, but the way we approach getting that goal is going to look different because we are different, right? We have different energetic needs, right? Different energetic capacities. But this is not a limitation, all right? This is an invitation for you to tailor the steps you need to take your goal, the steps you need to achieve your goal to your energetic need, to whatever your energetic situation happens to be, okay? And there is no one-size-fits-all approach to success, which is why the human design system and the gene key system are so helpful and so transformative when it comes to reaching your goals, because it literally gives you what is your unique blueprint for success, right? What are your energetic needs? What is your energetic capacity? So that you know exactly what you're working with when you're trying to reach set goals, okay? So the first thing that I want you to do is think about your goals and think about where have you been limiting yourself. I remember when I first started learning human design and I found out that I was a manifesting generator, I was really excited. I was like, oh yeah, I'm the one with all the energy. I'm the one who can, do things on my own. I don't really need anyone, right? And when my sister found out that she was a reflector, she was like, oh, so I don't have any energy of my own. I just take on everybody else's crap and that's all that I do? Well, that means I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And it's like, no. There are no limitations. There are only differences. So where have you been limiting yourself, right? Where have you been telling yourself, I can't do this because I'm a projector, right? Or I can't do this because I'm a generator, right? Or I can't do this because no. Where are you doing that to yourself, right? And think about why. Because systems like this are not meant to limit you, right? They're here to open you up to what is actually possible, open you up to what is actually your authentic expression. Not to tell you can't have something, just means that there may be a different way for you to go about it, a way that is better, that feels better, that maybe is a little bit faster, right? But I never want you to take that and slap a limitation on it, right? Because that's not what we're here to do. So what you want to do instead is know the steps necessary to reach your goal and tailor those steps to your energy type, right? So like if I wanted to build my business, the way that I build my business as a manifesting generator is going to look different from a projector, right? Same goal, same steps, but the way that we execute them are going to be different. And there's nothing wrong with that. So in this video, we're actually going to go over the purpose of the energy types and how this is going to factor in to whatever goal it is that you are trying to reach. And in the workbook, I actually have expanders in there for you to look at. Expanders are people who are successful in different fields and who are, I've listed what their energy types are. So if you're like, oh, I want to be a famous singer, in that workbook, you're going to see all these famous entertainers who are all different types. There are entertainers who are generators, who are manifesting generators, who are reflectors, who are manifestors, who are projectors, all kinds, right? One of the most famous reflectors in the world is Sandra Bullock, hugely successful actress. So to say that, oh, I can't be an actress because I'm a reflector, lies. Okay? Lies. So, if you are a generator, you are here to lift others up. Now, this does not mean people pleasing, okay? This does not mean doing what everybody else wants you to do and never worrying about yourself. That's not what that means, okay? The way you lift others up is by spreading life force energy, right? And the only way you're able to spread life force energy is if you are working in alignment with your sacral center. What does that mean? We've talked about this before. You need to be doing work that satisfies you, right? Work that excites you, work that lights you up. Now, I want to make this very, very clear. This does not mean that you're never going to encounter something that you don't want to do, or that if you do encounter something that you don't want to do, that you should avoid it. Like if you're living in a dirty house and you know in your heart of hearts that you need to clean your house, but you're avoiding it because cleaning my house doesn't make me feel good, it doesn't excite me. Listen, there are some things that need to be done, right? For our health and well-being. And even if we don't feel like doing them, even if the act doesn't excite us, there is always a way that we can make that experience just 1% better. And that's the rule that I follow. If there is something that I am not excited by doing, but I know it needs to get done, I will ask myself, how can I make this experience just 1% better, right? Maybe that's lighting a candle. Maybe that's playing some good music while I'm cleaning. Maybe that's watching a TV show while I'm cleaning. Maybe it's cleaning one area of a room and taking an hour break, and then going and cleaning another area, right? Doing it in a way that feels good, even if the task itself doesn't excite me. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's no rule that says every single thing we do in our lives has to feel good, because that's not really realistic. But we always have the choice to make it feel as good as possible, essentially. So if you're a generator, I'm not saying avoid cleaning your house, okay? I am not saying avoid doing the things you know need to get done. I'm saying tailor it. How can you make this experience feel good, feel better? How can you make it more exciting, right? Because that's how you lift others up. When you do the things that are satisfying to you, when you do the things that are pleasurable and enjoyable, right? That is your job. That is your purpose, is to live in alignment with your sacral so that you can lift others up through your life force energy, right? Okay. Manifestors, you need to be the leader, okay? You need to be out in front. You need to be following your urges. And sometimes that means you're gonna have to not worry about what people are saying about you. Sorry, because not everyone is gonna see your vision, right? Not everyone is going to see or be able to see what you see. So when you say that you have this grand vision, this thing that you're gonna bring into the world, people are gonna be like, okay, right? You have to learn to trust yourself more than your fear of rejection, or more than your fear of getting someone wrong and people seeing you, right? Because you're meant to be out in front. You're meant to be starting things. You're meant to be bringing things from the unseen to the physical. You are literally a channel. You are a vessel. So you cannot be scared. You cannot be afraid. Well, no, that's a lie. You can be afraid, but you cannot let the fear keep you from doing what you're meant to be doing, right? Because you're built for this, right? You're the only energy type that has urges in this way, that has this insatiable desire to bring these new things into fruition. So without you, we're not expanding, right? We're not moving forward. We can't go until you do, right? So that is manifestors. Manifesting generators, you are here to show how limitless we all can be. This idea of there are no limitations, there's only differences, this came from the brain of a manifesting generator. Me, hi. Not to say that I'm the first person to say it, because I may not be the first person to say it, but I'm saying it now, okay? I'm saying it now. there is no one way to success. I don't care what, I'm gonna say genre, I don't care what area we're talking about, right? I don't care what field of study we're talking about. There is no one way. There is no one way. Back when, before the internet, and the only way to get a good job was going to high school, going to college, graduating, those days are gone. There are people who dropped out of high school making millions and millions of dollars. There is no one way to be successful. So really, the manifesting generators, you're here to discover what is your way. What is your way? What steps do you not need to take in order to still achieve the goal that you want? Right? What is your path? What are the things that are calling to you, and what are the things that you're realizing probably aren't necessary? You're not meant to be linear. You're not meant to follow the prescribed path of society. You're here to create new ones, right? So this whole video, really, I'm saying the same thing to all of you, but manifesting generators, you really live this. You are here to find new ways, new paths to get to places, to do things. And your journey is probably gonna look a little bit like a hot mess, right? A little bit like a shit show, but that's okay, because you're still going to get where you wanna go. It's just gonna look a little bit different, which is literally exactly what I'm saying in this video. Okay, so that's manifesting generators. Projectors, you're here to be the guide. Okay, and I really think that projectors, you have probably one of the most difficult purposes out of everyone, because a big part of your purpose is remembering your own brilliance. Because it's really hard to guide people until you remember how amazing you are. Until then, you're, dealing with imposter syndrome, you're not allowing yourself to be seen. It's a whole flurry of things that make it difficult for you to do what you're meant to do. So much of your inner work is remembering that you are the freaking shit. Okay? You are all that in a bag of chips. Okay? And that, in our society, that can be kind of difficult. But that's the job. That's what you're here to do, because once you remember your own brilliance, once you come into this space of recognizing yourself, you open up the gates for other people to recognize you. And then once that happens, baby, it's off to the races. But that has to come first. So in order to be the guide you're meant to be, you have to remember that you're valuable. That you have the ability to be a guide because you are amazing and valuable. Yeah? Okay. And finally, reflectors, you're here to be the mirror. And what this means is that you are here to show us what we cannot see. Okay? Because, as humans, we're very prideful, right? And we like to think that we know every goddamn thing when the fact is that we don't. Okay? There's a multitude of things that I'm sure we're wrong about right now, and a whole multitude of things that we don't even know exist for us to be wrong about. Okay? So as a reflector, you have access to energetic fields and senses that we are not attuned to because you're so sensitive. And your job is to basically be the lookout, to tell us when something is not quite right? When something needs to be shifted, when we're moving in a direction that probably is not the best for us to be going in. And that can be really difficult because it requires you to not only be aware of yourself, but also of the environments that you are putting yourself in. Your environments are so important. And your main job is to make sure that you're putting yourself in environments that make you feel good, but also make it possible for you to feel what's actually going on so you can let us know. And if you are in environments that make you feel bad, that make you feel scared, that are abusive, that are harmful, you are not able to step into your power, your full ability, really your full, what's the word? Not claircognizance. Well, I guess it is a little bit of that too, but foresight, to step into your foresight to see what's going on if you are constantly being held down by a crappy environment. Okay? So, this is very generalized. So, if this information is appealing to you, if you want to dive deeper into this, into your type, into your centers, into your channels, and all these things, I highly recommend that you get a reading with me, because we go into all of this and more, right? We go into your channels, which dive deeper into your gates, all of these very intricate, intimate details that make up much more of you than just your energy type, right? Not to say that your energy type is important, because it is, but there's so much more to you than just this. This is an overview. This is a tiny piece of the glory that you are actually meant to encompass. So in my human design readings and my Gene Keys readings, we go through all of this, and I guide you through it, because my readings come with 2 weeks of Voxer coaching. So not only do you get this very detailed, very, very detailed PDF that has all of the information about your chart in it, you also have me in your back pocket to pump you up whenever you need it, to answer your questions, to talk about the things that may be a little bit confusing, may seem like, oh, I don't really feel this about myself. Like, what is going on here? I literally walk you through it step by step by step by step. So if you're interested in that, all the information will be in my description box. I was about to say in my bio again. Okay, so once you've once you know the steps that are necessary to reach your goal, tailor them to your energy type. Yeah, talk about this. And then finally, take baby steps towards your goals with those steps every day. Every day, every day, every day. Now, if you are a non-energy type, meaning you are a reflector, a projector, or a manifestor, this doesn't mean that you have to be working yourself to the bone every day, okay? That's not what it means. Because again, tailor your goals, tailor your steps to your energy type. So all it means is every day do something. For projectors, that might be a self-value practice, right? For manifestors, maybe it's actually physically creating something. But that is going to depend on, number one, what your goal is, which we established in the first video. And number two, why are you here? Right? Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in tomorrow's video, which is going to wrap up the entire series. So, see you then.